President-elect Donald Trump's landslide victory is reportedly causing infighting and division among House Democrats. Democrats appear confused about why Trump won re-election in a landslide and moved 48 states to the right in the process.
This administration messaged to millions of Americans that they're going to wake up the day after the election if Trump won and have their rights stripped away, that democracy would crumble, and the president said today we're going to be okay. So how do you square that?
I can't square that. I'm going to square that in a way that hopefully makes sense, because I've been answering this question multiple times. The American people made the decision. There was an election 2 nights ago. There was. And it was a free and fair election. And we respect the election process. We do. And Americans spoke. And so the job of the president is to make sure we respect that. The job of the president is to make sure that we have a peaceful transfer of power. That is what the American people deserve. And that's what we're going to, it's not complicated. It's truly as simple as that. As simple as that. The president called the president-elect, invited him to the White House. You know why? Because that's customary. That is customary. That is what you do. If you respect what the American people decided, that's what you do. And that's what the president's going to make sure that the Trump transition has what it needs, which is being led obviously by our chief of staff here. Why? Because the president wants to lead by example. It's not complicated. It really isn't. That's important.
By example is the message to people who are fearful based on what the messaging was about the stakes.
Well, now you're just twisting everything around, and that's really unfair. No, it is. No, Jackie, it's unfair, because I've been standing here trying to be very respectful to what happened the last 2 nights ago. Being respectful. I've been standing here saying that we respect the decision that the American people made. I've been standing here and saying that the president's going to put the American people first. I've been standing here talking about how
The far left argues the party did not move far enough left, while establishment Democrats argue the push for far-left policies failed to attract voters. One far-left House Democrat told Axios, "That's some real responsibility to be taken by leadership in the establishment, just acting like we're in a pep rally, saying, 'You all did a good job.' I think it's bullshit. Let's acknowledge that we failed."
The Fed, because we're seeing Carney, you were mentioning this to me offline, how looking at the donors from people well-positioned in the Federal Reserve, they're Kamala Harris people. They're Democrats, tried and true. And we've got to oust some of these people. And not even to say you can't have some, but the
Democrats are terrible at accountability. One establishment House Democrat told Axios, "If we're in the, think tank world, and all that matters is having nice ideas, then sure. Maybe we can call that success. I think the identity politics stuff is absolutely killing us." Another establishment House Democrat said, "Whatever you want to try to say about Kamala Harris and her record, you can't try to claim she was a Joe Biden moderate. That's just not accurate." The divergence of opinions within the Democrat caucus will likely bleed into the 2026 midterm elections. People are going to their corners in the ring and saying, "We're the winning corner." Rep. Emanuel Cleaver Demo told Axios about the party's future. While chaos reigns, Democrat leaders are trying to influence the party's direction. One takeaway from the election for some on the radical left is to blame Hispanic and Black voters as misogynist. That theory was pushed by MSNBC co-host Joe Scarborough and Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez deny. A second theory suggests the loss had nothing to do with Trump and more to do with Democrats being victims of inflation. That theory has been pushed by the White House, former President Barack Obama, and his former staffers.